Hi, Gemini. If you want to come on in, have a seat for some symbolic support. Here's your ink blot made in your name and essence. If you want to take a screenshot to scry on your own time and terms for shapes and symbols that speak to your psyche and psychic senses. We'll scry your ink, add on tarot and oracle, and the spirit box here is kick in for any audio additions that may further inspire our interconnected nature. Link is below in the description box to get to the website through the app. All right, Gemini, thank you so much for being my muse, for holding space for me to share my insights and allowing me to be a guest in your aura. I'm going to take a moment here to set the stage in the space if you want to join me. Closing the eyes, cleansing the palette of perception, releasing the race and the rush, activating the abstract mind and ancient awareness to perceive and receive symbolic support. Gems, let's go. We're going to stick to this perspective and we'll come back around later on in the month from the other perspective. I'm seeing reindeer. They're kind of jousting. Jousting reindeer. I'm not sure, love. Have we met? See them there? Like there's I don't know if I'm jousting or if I'm working together within my Gemini energy or externally with somebody that might be a partnership, a creative endeavor, business. I just heard London bridges falling down, falling down, falling down. My fair... Sorry, I'm going to flip it here.
Graveyard.
Okay, so I'm also seeing the London Bridge and the San Francisco Bridge. And I'm not a bridge connoisseur. Okay, so when I'm looking at these reindeer, I feel like they're singing this song. It's almost like, I've been working on the railroad. Like, there's all these tunes coming through as they're like chopping something down. But it's not chopping where it's going to alleviate any connection. It's like something that was built up and they're taking a portion. Oh, okay. Okay. So here's the main foundation. And let me see. I might have to look this way. And we built from here. But like, these are like this pillars. Could also be like New York City. A lot of towns coming through. Or New York City, Twin Towers. All that symbology may mean something to somebody directly. But I'm going to stick into the story here that I'm sensing. Okay, this was built. And it's almost like, and then these towers went up. And then these reindeer may mean something to you. You might be working with reindeer energy or reindeer energy is trying to work with you. And we're like, hey, you know what? We're going to, we've made it this high, but it's almost like something was like, oh, not an oh no, but that was kind of my personal reaction. Like, oh no, we forgot this. Or maybe like you were going on vacation to London, San Francisco, or New York. And it's like, oh, we forgot this. Like this little thing. Or a piece that you wanted to bring. But when I'm seeing it like in a blueprinty kind of structuring or in a working together collaboration, even with of the self, it's like, you know what, we're going to go back to this point and
graveyard.
Yeah, it kind of feels like letting something go and letting the rubble fall. It's going to be recycled. There will be a cleanup. If you're not, maybe you're in the cleanup stage, maybe you're in this destructive stage right now, but this is very conscious. This is, okay, forward thinking. It's like seeing a building and you have to make that decision. Is it a tear down or and rebuild, or do we reconstruct and like renovate? But I feel like in this case, we're only going to this point. Everything's good here. There's some repairs going on. You also have help to ensure like you can lean on me. That's what I heard. When you're not strong. So when there's like those moments, I'm a horrible singer, but I do it all the time. Drives my husband crazy. And my cats. Anyway, so you have other people and other energies. Now, whether it's another sign you're working with, Ophiuchus is stepping forward specifically if you align with Ophiuchian energy. Could also be closely related to a, excuse me, Sagittarius. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Anyway, so I gotta flip it. I gotta flip it to like jump in it. Okay, so I'm seeing the topple. The topple is not the tower moment because I'm so conscious that we are doing this. Oh, we have two different spirits working.
I'm not sure how.
Yeah, with each side of the reindeers. So for me, obviously, I'm seeing it reflective of two reindeers, the two energies, internal, external, male, female, or partnerships, relationships. But each of these aspects or archetype have a, even though it's an ink blot, it's fine. It happens. They're different. They're different. Okay, one of them has like a Medusa feel, like a Medusa archetype kicking back there. So it might be like the introverted side or the colder side, or maybe you're... Anyway, when I'm seeing like a bust of Medusa, what's on the other side? It's male, so one's definitely female, one's male. Energies within oneself to create that circuit. Earthly expressions are not my concern. Freedom for all. Planet of free will. Who is that though? Maybe it'll come to me. Maybe it'll pop forward. No, I see you. Sorry. I'm going to get stuck here, Gems, for... In the show, F is for family. It's like one of the bosses who cares, even though he might be gruff, but he's like the chubby guy. I don't know if he's like eating chicken or something like that. Okay. And then when I go back over to Medusa, hilarious, I'm brought into an episode of Roseanne where I think Becky and her man move into a trailer park, and the neighbor, who I think is like really Sharon Stone, comes out with like a smoke hanging out in her hair and rollers. Okay, so these energies are changing based on the mindset of the reindeer working. And that's why I sing to myself to keep my spirits up. It's funny though, because it's like there's a caring, but maybe Gems are like being too hard on yourself, like blood, sweat, and tears type thing on what you want to build, on what you want to be. I feel like I'm trying to go higher and higher with this conscious destruction, so then I can rebuild up. But knowing as I'm going up, I also like need to reinforce.
I'm confused.
Yeah, so like see how like up here there
Please
was no reinforcements. It's like I gotta, whatever you did down here that worked. There was reinforcement. And so when you rebuild, possibly even higher, there'll be reinforcements. Sorry, give me a second here, because there's something in this wood. Okay, changing the story. Jumped out of there. So hopefully you resonate with that if you're building with some, or release freely, of course. If you're building something within the self, business, this, that, or the other. Okay, so I'm in here, and this is turning into a stump. And I'm kind of feeling like it's a meditation stump or a contemplation tree. A very old tree that was cut down. Yeah, this tree was meaningful. It was representative of something. And I kind of get the feeling of when it had to be chopped down or was chopped down, there was kind of like this grief moment of what it symbolized, or whatever kind of tree it was. Like if it was maple or birch or oak. I don't know enough tree names, but you know what I'm saying? Like linwood or something. When it went down, it was almost the meaning, like thinking the medicine of that tree also went away with it. I'm not really getting that sensation. I feel like its medicine was done. How it decided to exit, was destined. It was fine whether it was cut down or needed to come down or fell. Okay, sorry. So I'm at the stump. In it, if I can bring my Scryicle, if I can share it. No, it's not going to work out. Okay, I'll try it this way. All right, gems. So here I am. Look at the negative space. I'm seeing a long-haired indigenous person. Yeah, because they have warrior markings, long hair. Not that you have to have long hair, but it means something about the wisdom. Like the hair has meaning. And they are wearing, okay, so it's kind of like, yeah, no. They're wearing a hat. It's feline, whether it's a saber-toothed tiger, like that's what I'm talking about, like old. I don't even know if that's like a real thing, but even still, saber-toothed tiger or a panther, leopard, a lynx. The spirit of this indigenous person, it's almost like they were the medicine infused with working with the tree energy, or you might have an ancestor working through a particular tree energy. Anyway, it doesn't matter that it's cut down. It's telling me that it happened some time ago. Okay. Eagle medicine, trickster, and warrior of the heart, but please take them in. If any of those symbols mean anything to you, that's more important than my yam rings. Reindeer, look at, they're all look at the landscapes of this. I'm seeing Donkey Kong. The game Donkey Kong with like barrels coming down. Sorry, I am here. It didn't freeze. The eagle medicine makes me feel along that lines of the tree and the ancestor. Could even be the ancestor of the land. Like they keep watch over the land. That's their way of being of service. And they're not watching over the land in a judgment. But can you hear the land? Remember, like the trees, can you hear them? This isn't about applying judgment. It's not protection in the way we think it is. The way that we would imply or impede our perception upon what protection means. It feels like this ancestor working with this lynx or something or other, feline energy, is working or amidst the land. Okay. One rabbit hole. My service is up to the land to ensure its vibrancy. And those who like, especially if you're thinking about moving or rebuilding or restructuring, are in alignment. Because it could be like sacred land. But I'm going to go the other way as well, because straight up it's coming through. Could also be living on land where there's like skinwalker stuff going on. Because, so in one rabbit hole, this ancestral energy and the links and the whatnot is there to help heal the land and the holistic nature of the humans alike moving into the future with harmony. Like somebody's got to be the wiser. this emblem energy is the wiser. The other way, Skinwalker, same, it's medicine. And what you may conceive of Skinwalker, please find your own path to define that for you. But the way I see it's more like scare tactics, right? Scared, and like things might move around your home, or like you're building this new house, but yet old things are happening and you're like, what? So one just feels, there's two different ways to interact with the shadow aspect of this energy or the shine aspect of this energy. And you're going to choose just by being you. But if you feel like you're being tested, and that's like when the trickster comes in, it's not about being tested. It's like if things are happening around the neighborhood, the land, something or other. I don't know, San Francisco, New York, London, where else was there? Even like Alaska as well, because they're all very cold. Worry of the heart. Protection doesn't mean punishment or projecting punishment. Somebody's being wiser. Okay, sorry. Gems, what's going on? Maybe, and it doesn't have to, be stuck in the cultures I'm perceiving, but if you feel that within your own family lineage or within the self, like somebody being none the wiser. Dragon's Lair. Oh, is that where I'm going up there? Man, Gems. Strength
Guilty.
Stuck in the mud. Yeah, what's going on? Solitude. Okay. I'm just going to go with it. Yeah, it is what it is. Okay. I apologize. There's the card. Should they mean anything to you, please follow that. And so what I want to share, Jem, sorry, I'm trying not to take up too much of your time either. So seeing this card, Dragon's Lair, there's some very specific, I don't know if it's ice. It kind of looks icy, but it's the same as like your reindeer and your spirit stuff over here. It's almost like if I followed this reindeer's nose all the way up, on the pin of that is this layer, like Jack and the Beanstalk vibes, but it's not Jack and the Beanstalk vibes. There's those two paths. There's the light one and the dark one. The fire or the flight of stairs. Are you going to meet the Skinwalker? And I'm not trying to beat up on the Skinwalker's energy at all. Just symbolically speaking, that's how it's stepping forward to me. So, or up or down. Warrior of the heart. How are you even going to interact with something that feels maybe meddling? You might want to seek out knowledge about the land, knowledge about the house. Even if it's not indigenous oriented, like old land or it was sacred land, because you may not know, even to find out if there's other people who lived in the land and the house was torn down and like something happened in that house. Do you know what I'm saying? So there's all these different roots here. There's all of these different roots of foundations. Like you might think it's new land, but it's somebody tore down a house because things happened there, or the land seemed cursed, or be like, am I going to be the one to change it? I don't know. You have to decide that. And then we have here Stuck in the Mud and Strength 44, because it takes strength to build that partnership relationship. Sorry, I'm bouncing right back up, and that's okay. To partner up with another reindeer that may have different ideas, not necessarily ideals, but different ideas of what is worth carrying. What's your weight in gold type thing? Like, what are you willing to move with, right? Like, this might be really, really valuable to me, but this is more valuable to another person. So how do we decide? Because we, coalesce type thing. I want to live here. I want to live here. I want to renovate. I want blah, 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 blah. So somebody might be feeling stuck in the mud, especially if you're working around, living in a house that's straight up a little bit haunted, or it's somewhere that's haunted. And it could travel around your neighborhood. You might have been attracted to go there because you are also a warrior of the heart, but now you're seen as a threat. Or you're sensing the threat. Because it tricked you into feeling like, oh my goodness, this is the home I've been dreaming of, or we can fix it up. And really, through the trickster, it like tricked your heart, your pure heart, to be like, okay, and you have strength to, get out of the dragon's lair. I'm sorry if I'm all over the place. Medicine. Even if the medicine is moving, but I do feel as though there's an opportunity to find out more about the land, the residents, because some sort of compassion is a key to that. Like if you find out the history, you can make an offering to that. You can plant things in honor of. You can do really kind things to help both become wiser. Does that make sense? I feel like it does. Man, there's a lot going on. And see, but at the end of it all, not the end of it all, but amongst all of these changes, different destructions, so different little things going on, this large spirit, from when you are born all the way to that tip of the top, tip-top tailors, you are supported. And now I'm seeing...
Confused.
Yeah, it's fine. Try not to logicalize it so much, maybe, the way I'm trying to get it out to communicate. But it's like brilliance. There's a brilliance in here. Anyway, so remember on the back when I was seeing like these different characters, the Medusa and the guy from F is from Family, and then Roseanne, and I think it's also like Mr. Spacely or something from the Flintstones. These specific characters, I feel like Spirit kind of puts them on your back to help you or to drive you, or maybe that's how your spirit, your higher self, gets you working. Like maybe you're just one of those people that likes a drill sergeant, that responds to that. And, or like the Medusa way, you go cold and you shut down. But I feel like these are all clues to the communication of something. Yes. So when you might interact with other energies and entities amongst the land or home or in life, you might be able to recognize them as well and know how to interact with them with compassion. You'd be like, oh, I've had, Medusa on my back before. Like, I've been there. Because I also see like on a treadmill powering something. Okay, we're closing out here for Gemini because I feel like I could go on forever. Samadhi, perfect acceptance. Beautiful. Flashover. It's all in your head. Embrace oneness with the universe and unseen. On the bottom we have mosaic. Let chance play a creative role in your life. Okay. I'll leave that face down for 2 seconds. So we had samadhi, flashover. It's all in your head if you want to take in the artistry. And then we had Merrick, embrace one. Embrace one with the universe, and unseen upside down is Eunonia. Everything is in perfect balance. Perfect has come through twice. The word. Okay, so when I see flashover, it's all in your head, 11. I'm seeing your sign. Careful if you're running your mind thoughts and like over analyzing. Like not everything is worth your time and your effort. I kind of want to, take some wisdom from the shapeshifter, from the skinwalker. It's not done willy-nilly. There's purpose, there's value, and there's, one would know why you decide to walk in the skin of something else. And maybe the skinwalker is coming in for another reason, because if you're tied up with any sort of concept of who am I, and realizing you're changing and growing. So the definition isn't definitive nor infinite. It's only going to serve for a while, because then you're probably even going to renovate that. So there's something about just in the mind, mindful of these archetypes and animals that are being, you might even place upon your own back, that are, do you know what I'm saying? I'm really trying to be compassionate, Geminis, because I feel like in some way, shape, or form, there's some sort of self-suffering over something that's not necessary. But I'm taught it somehow. I'm taught it. And I'm keeping a cycle going, like on this treadmill or on this e-bike or stationary bike. And I'm generating nothing, going nowhere. And then something. Maybe I even hit up this dragon's lair. Maybe I have an experience with a haunted house. Maybe I have an experience with a skinwalker. Maybe I meet somebody else who's going through this. Maybe I meet somebody who has knowledge in medicine, and I listen to them because their knowledge is medicine. Maybe just talking to them is medicine. I'm sorry, I'm going off here, but I'm embracing this in your reading. And that is when I realize everything. I can embrace everything. And I can tread lightly and hold the higher understanding in my heart without having to press upon my humanness to spiritual things, to the bridges between realms and dimensions. You know what I'm saying? It's like to press the animation of being alive onto other dimensions. Those ideals, those ethics and morals, they don't necessarily apply, and vice versa. Okay, Gems, I apologize. I rambled on way too long, but I'm so grateful for your patience and your perspective. Like I said, we'll come back around and check this out from the alternative perspective. If you'd like a personal, the link is below. A spirit box, same thing. Everything is below in the description box, so check it out. And until next time.